Shaq Leonard is going to join us here, three-time All-Pro linebacker, retired after only 6 seasons in the NFL, most of them with the Colts. They're seeing more NFL players do that at around 30 when they make their money. So I want to talk to him a little bit about this Colts season and in general what went on with him physically that made him basically put down his identity at 30 years old.
It was cool to see the Colts do his trademark celebration during that game, that he was honored. Spoke to the crowd at halftime. Weird game, that one, given that it was on Fox and the whole Mark Sanchez thing.
Well, I want to talk about that for a second because the details, we had some of them yesterday, but for all of the things that are unknown there, I think most of the people are doing
Time to throw away all journalistic credibility and get reckless. Here is something we like to call reckless speculation. You're good.
He was on something, right? We're all assuming that it wasn't just drunkenness that makes you wipe the pepper spray from your eyes and continue to attack somebody who has a knife and pepper spray. And no matter how much the 69-year-old truck driver has lived, that was a bad situation that Mark Sanchez ran up into, where the 69-year-old guy is prepared to defend himself in an alley with pepper spray, with a knife, and the man handles cooking oil after midnight for a living. Like the man is, the truck driver is somebody who, while you're not quite prepared to defend yourself in this instance, didn't just take the beating, fought back in a way that leaves Mark Sanchez in a public swirl that will end his broadcasting career. These charges, these felonious charges, it's going to cost him a ton of money when this truck driver retires from having to handle cooking oil. But that's bad luck to be so on something. And again, I'm speculating here, obviously, but I think it's speculation we're all doing, that the guy that you run into in your reckless disarray, while I've read that he was running sprints after midnight in the alleys too, that guy has both a knife and pepper spray, and we don't know what condition. He's in stable condition, but we don't know how much damage was actually done to Mark Sanchez. He's ended his broadcasting career.
It's over. But a lot of people are weighing in, Dan. Even the president of the United States said, quote, "That was too bad. He's a nice guy. I don't know what happened. Something bad happened. Something a little crazy happened."
Okay, yeah. Fair commentary.
Really? You think?
Yeah,
Consensus.
People were ready to politicize that. You were right. I went back and read some of the immediate takes, and it was interesting to watch Mark Sanchez turned immediately into a victim in a situation that
the reports did lead that.
No, but not the politics of it. Not when we're living in violent cities now where people aren't safe in alleys. Not what happened next where people ran right to their. But not just him.
He hasn't walked it back though. He's like, my point stands. What was the point?
Let me talk to Shaq Leonard here because, as I said, it was cool to watch the way that he was celebrated. And the Colts have the best team that they've had in a while, even though he was excellent for the Colts for a good long time, but not as long as I would have liked to see. So I have some questions for him. Nice to see you, Shaq. Thank you for being on with us. What did make you leave early when you were so excellent at this?
Man, it just surgeries after surgeries, man, and just fighting back and trying to get back to being the absolute best that I could be. And then the body was just wearing down. And, I just decided, just instead of just putting my body through so much, just walk away and be there with my family and, be there for the community that gave me a lot. And that was basically, it came down to my decision, man.
How hard was it for you? How much did you wrestle with it?
Man, it was extremely hard, man. It was difficult. And it probably took me over a year to kind of, to make the decision. Cause you don't want to give it up. You don't want to, walk away from something that you enjoy doing. So, it took a toll on me mentally, physically, and emotionally, just trying to figure out which way to go. So I just figured that the safest and the smartest move was to walk away and just be there for the family.
Did you talk to Andrew Luck at all about it?
Not about retiring, but Andrew and I, we'll text each other every once in a while, just trying to catch up or whatnot. But normally, never talk to him about retiring or nothing like that. It was just more so a self-conscious thing that I felt like I had to do to make a decision for me and my family.
Shaq, occasionally players who retire young and are very good change their mind. We've just seen it down here with Darren Waller, the tight end for the Dolphins. Is the door ajar? Is there a chance in a year or two you make a comeback?
As of right now, today, that door is closed. Do I still work out, stuff like that? Yes, but right now, today, tomorrow, that door is shut. Just enjoying what I'm doing right now.
You're glancing over it when you say, well, it was hard. You're a second-round pick, okay? You fight all your life to get there. You overcome odds. You're at the top 1% of the top 1% of doing what it is that you do. You must have been in a great deal of physical pain. So what are you talking about there when you tell us that you were finished?
Oh man, shoot, where do I start? I mean, my rookie year, I sprained my ankle week 4 and played the whole season through with a sprained ankle, and then ended up having a surgery after year 1. And then I got the back concussion year 2. And then year 3, I tear my pectineus, had another ankle surgery. Year 4, I mean, that's a 2021 season, man. I literally was out there just running around at about 75%, just having my ankles taped, just being in pain every single day of the year, honestly. Just trying to do what's best to, get out there on the field. And then in 2022, man, I was out there. I couldn't do a calf raise. I couldn't jump. I had no power in my left leg, and I was still out there trying to do it. I shouldn't even. No way I should have been on the field, but just being out there, man. And then my final year is basically the same thing. Absolutely no leg power. Not can't even jump rope off the left leg, and then battling with that, getting cut from the Colts. I go to the Eagles. And then after the Eagles year, man, I had 5 bone spurs in the front of my ankle, so I didn't have no flexion in my ankle. And then after that, man, I had 2 hip surgeries. Then 2021, 2022, of course, the 2 back surgeries. So just surgery after surgery, man. It was tough. It was tough, and there's not been a season where I felt good during the season or during the game. I just always just play through the pain.
What hurt the most if you had to identify one thing?
Well, I'm not gonna say that it hurt, because whenever I had the back injury, like I was working out one day and I was fine. I went to OTAs, and the first day of OTAs, we out there running sprints, and then all of a sudden I feel no power in my left leg, and it took us maybe 2 months to kind of get down to it and see what it was, and it was just I had my vertebrae pinched on a nerve. And then with that, man, I just lost all power. So it wasn't more so that I was in pain. It was just more so I didn't have no force off my left side. And then with that, having the 2 back surgery, I couldn't bend, lift, twist for 6 weeks. And then going to go my first day of training camp, I was only 2 weeks out from running, and that was probably maybe 6 to 9 months. So I started the season, my final year with the Colts. When the season started, that was probably my 4th or 5th week just getting back to running full speed. And it was just constantly just trying to build up off that. I didn't have the time to rest. I didn't have the time to go out and, get it back as strong as I needed to without having to get back on the field. And ultimately, I paid the price for it, but I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change absolutely anything about it, because that's who I am, man. I want to play. I mean, that's sometimes you think that maybe people should have protected me from myself, but they knew the competitive nature. I didn't want to sit on that sideline, and I just went out and tried to put my best foot forward.
How much did you have to medicate in order to do all of that? Didn't you have to go to some extremes in order to even be out there when you can't do calf raises?
Man, not more so medication. Besides, just pain pills to trying to get me through the game. But besides that, it wasn't nothing. I mean, I got stressed. I mean, man, I got really stressed out whenever I was going through all of this, man. They ended up having to put me on blood pressure medicine to kind of get my blood pressure down. Man, so that's the only medication that I really had to be on day in and day out. And then night before the game, I take something for pain, and then day of the game, I take something for the pain. I be in pain on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday more so it feels good. Saturday, I'm resting, and then Sunday, man, once that game hit. I'm giving it everything I got, and then that cycle of hurt just rolls over, man. Because it sucks when you playing a game and you can't push off your left leg. But then when you watch my tape from my final couple years, it was what was missing was the splash plays, and I knew that I couldn't get to the splash plays because it's more so coming off of more so effort and speed. So I just had to do my job, and then I started looking bad when I was trying to do more than my job.
How about when you went right though?
When I went right, I was there. I was good. I was good. I mean, listen, if I knew what gap I could shoot, I knew what play was coming, I was great. But then that came down with, the coaches and everybody trusted me to do that because I had a new coaching staff in Indianapolis, and everybody knew that I had instincts until I get out there, I line up in the wrong gap, and then I knew at the snap of the ball where to go because I knew the blocking scheme, but they wasn't comfortable with me doing that. So it slowed my game down a little bit to make sure that, I was doing what I was told and just trying to fit into that scheme. And I go back to, when I played my last start with the Eagles, it was just downhill football, man, playing against Saquon on Christmas night. And I looked it good, just running straight downhill, but it is what it is, man. I feel great now, so it is what it is.
I know that you said you couldn't get that explosiveness on your legs. You had all the surgeries, all that stuff. But did you ever consider just taking Mark Jackson's advice and just tell your body, not now, I'll talk to you tomorrow?
That's not how he said it.
Nah, I just more so taking it one day at a time, man. Just being where my feet are as of right now. So right now it's just more so continue to work out, continue to get work done on your body, and just be here for my family and be here for the high school kids that I'm coaching down here because I want to see them succeed, and I can't have that door opened right now or today or tomorrow because if I even inch towards going back, I can't be all in as a coach, and I don't think the kids they don't deserve that either. I'm in or I'm out.
How are the Gators looking, by the way, the Lakeview Gators?
Well, we're young, man. We're young, but right now we're 3-2. We lost 2 games, and we got a big one coming up. We got a big one coming up here against an undefeated team. They're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger, but we're known for our relentless effort, being the smallest team, and just playing full speed and playing with a lot of heart and a lot of fight. And I'm really looking forward to seeing these guys match up and see how they compete against these guys because I think that they're ready for the opportunity.
What's the thing you like the most about coaching high school, and what is the patience involved? Because I would imagine that some of that is involved as well.
The one thing I love about it, man, is seeing them grow week in and week out, and seeing them make plays that they didn't think they can make, but you knew as a coach that you knew that they had it in them, and once they go out and show their full potential that you've seen, seeing the smiles on their face and seeing how the team comes together is a beautiful thing to see. And patience, yes, you got to have a lot of patience, man, because for one, this generation is a whole lot different from when I played, when you guys played. The mentality is different, so they're not as locked in as it was back in the day. So it's going to be a lot of mental mistakes, and it's more so frustrating there, but that's what coaching is, man. If it was perfect, man, that's not really coaching. It's just actually just being there. So I enjoyed the frustrating parts of it, the good parts, the bad parts, and everything about it.
Big one coming up against LaSalle, huh? And then Logansport.
Say it again.
Big one coming up against LaSalle on the 10th. What?
We were going to run through the schedule. Mr. Maniac,
Northwood.
You were really good at punching the ball out from opposing players. We have a cast member on our show. His name is Jonathan Zaslow, and he's on a campaign to eradicate that from the NFL, saying that players shouldn't be allowed to punch opposing players to try to cause a fumble because if they miss, it could cause a boo-boo on the forearm. What is your stance on this?
That's like telling the offensive lineman don't use his hands. I mean, I just feel like, man, that ball is out there, and if you watch the tape, man, it's a lot of bad ball security. And as a defense, you think about the ball all the time. You punch at the ball. So I don't like it. I don't think that you take it out of the ball game because it's really good for the defense. And let's see more people of it now. So I love it.
16 forced fumbles in his career because he was very good at punching the football. He also wore the same T-shirt for several years under his pads. Can you tell us a little bit about that T-shirt? Is that still available? How bad does that thing smell? What kind of shape is that in?
Oh, man, nah, man, it doesn't smell, man. I get it washed every week. But, yes, I do have that shirt, man. It's all about just feeling good, man, just feeling at peace, feeling at home, man. My first big game was against Washington Redskins, and I wore the white shirt underneath. And once you find that good mojo, man, you want to keep that good mojo. So I wore the same shirt, the same socks, but yes, they were clean. Each week they were washed. But I'm very superstitious, man, and I just love it, man. I just love the small details of how to make somebody go about their day.
You wore a cowboy hat at your retirement ceremony. How many cowboy hats do you have?
As of right now, I think I probably have 7 cowboy hats. I normally wear them all the time, especially here at home, working out on the farm and stuff. So yeah, man, I love the look, man. I love to be, my country self, and I love the cowboy look.
Who gave you the nickname Maniac, and did you embrace it immediately?
Man, I forgot who gave me the name, the Maniac. It was a kid on South Carolina State campus when I played against Clemson. I came back on campus, and he was like, "Man, you play like a straight maniac, man." And then once he said that, man, I embraced that role because, if you see me out in public, man, I'm one of the nicest guy, most humble guy that you would probably ever meet. But once we step between those lines and we got to compete against each other, that's when that maniac mindset
So
comes
Maniac's
out.
not here. He's not here right now. Maniac's not here. I can't ask for him. He's not. He's
Nah,
he's not here.
Only Maniac only come out when
Ask
it's
for
time
Maniac.
to
What are
compete,
we
man. I just see myself on the sideline now, coaching wise, and it'll come out sometimes. And
Ask.
I can't control it, man. I just get in that zone, and it's competing time.
You don't ask to. He's not.
No, I should ask about the Lakeview
he's not-
Gators' upcoming schedule. That's
Well,
what I should
yeah,
do.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Carver's Bay 7-0 is the next one.
He
Yeah,
got mixed up.
That's a big
They're
one.
He
undersized.
got this as
Yeah,
Hank
man. Well,
Azaria.
listen, we're always
Is Maniac
undersized.
there?
That's great. We're always undersized, man. And it's never the size of the dog that's in the fight. It's the size of the fight that's in that dog. And,
Hello.
man, we always gonna bring that fight.
Hello.
And that's what we live for.
Yeah.
Go Lakeview.
Lotta, what do we think about that one?
Shaq.
Man, that's one of our rivals, man.
Yeah.
We looking forward to it, man. Each year, man. It's always a good game, and we definitely looking forward. But we got to take care of Carver's Bay first, man, and then following week we'll see Louder at their house, and
Then the Green
hopefully
Sea
we
Floyds.
come out and just play our best football there.
Yeah.
Shaq, good seeing you. Thank you for spending this time with us. We appreciate it, sir.
Of course, man. Thank y'all so much.
So you've got a guy who goes by Maniac, and he's telling you it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight and the dog. And then Greg Cody shows up, slides into the room, and says the most menacing thing that can be said, hello.
I'm affirming
He's
what
right.
he just said.
Hello,
He's right
Maniac.
about that dog thing.
Hello, Maniac.
Hello.
That's the better way.
Hello.
That's
Hello.
the better,
Who needs me?
No
the
need.
better
help
way
at
to
all.
say it.
And you know it.
There it is. Just going to the recycled hits. He's
And
been
you
done
know it.
since he recycled all of his column work. I asked Billy, before we did the Taylor Swift lyrics, I said, is there any more in Greg Cody's paywall column that can be read? And he says to me, he's done the whole thing already. He repeated everything he said in his column. He just repeated it on air.
Yeah.
How is that not embarrassing to you?
Well,
to
first of
say
all-
it all the same way that you wrote it?
Okay, first of all, it's obviously not true. It was about a 950-word column, so I'm just repeating some of the many great hits in that column. I encourage people to go read it themselves.
Do you encourage them to go listen to the Greg Cody Show featuring Greg Cody?
I would love, it's with, of course. Please get that straight. I would love it if they did. It's opening night for the Florida Panthers, the best team in town, the best team in hockey, and we have Gustav Forsling on our podcast. Surprisingly good chat, and when I say surprisingly good, he's a Swedish guy, some Swedish hockey players are a little, not known for effusive personality.
Go on.
But we got a lot out of Gustav. Talked to him about cooking and other off-ice stuff, fishing.
ABBA.
So it was funny.
He did bring up ABBA.
Yeah,
Yes.
I did bring up ABBA. I felt like I needed to.
Put it on the poll at LeBatard Show. Did Greg Cody need to bring up ABBA
I
when
did.
talking to Gustav Forsling?
I did, yeah. It's a question probably better posed to Gustav's parents, but still, you got to love Dancing Queen, Waterloo. I mean, they got some bangers right there.
Greg, I saw you admit you're wrong also on this episode.
I did admit I was wrong.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah, thank you.
It's because in the episode previously, he said to me when I was asking about the day I was born, he's like, I didn't actually see you for 20 minutes. You were like, I was in a different room. You got brought in and 20 minutes went by. And then my mom came on the next week and said, you were in the room.
Well, I mean, your mother's always right.
The idea.
Mom was wrong.
Because I was in the room when my daughter was born. The idea that
When you were born, too.
The idea that 30 years from now, I won't remember to my daughter that I was in the room is wild to me.
Okay, it's 38 years ago. I'm off by 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You were in the
big
room.
In fairness, your mom was probably also drugged up. Like, who knows what she
Exactly.
remembers
Thank you.
exactly from
Right.
that
Well,
day.
Greg still has not forgiven our former sports editor, Paul Anger, who he
Anchor.
called Paul Anchor on his
Right.
career, because that sports editor called Greg while he was in the hospital room for one of these births and asked him to report on George Myra Jr.'s steroid suspension.
Yeah, that was Christopher's birth. That was my first child is being born.
That you
day.
remember.
Well, there we go. He was talking to Anchor on the phone in another room. There was no cell phones at the time. He had to step out to take the call.
That's right.
Case closed.
Exactly. See, Billy brings up a
Is
very
that
good
what
point.
happened?
So work.
You
were like, I'll work right now.
But he was angry at his boss for asking him to work
Right.
when he was waiting for your birth.
Yes, that was before the birth. So I bum rushed Anger off the phone and said, no, I'm going to graciously decline not to go chase George Myra Jr.
Got his ass kicked on a story. That's what welcomed you into the world,
Oh,
Chris.
come on. All right.
I mean, it was reported by others that the star linebacker for the University of Miami had been suspended.
Excuse me,
You got mad at our boss for calling you and telling you that you should do your
I
job.
was too busy creating a human life. I apologize.
Did you guys have any janitor sources like Diana? Like, what's the weirdest profession source that you guys have? You don't have to tell us who the person is.
Restaurant owners are good for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I had a cop at UM. Met him in front of the florist shop.
I meant to speak about this, actually, not the cop that you had at UM, but I meant to say this the other day when we were talking about University of Miami royalty and the idea of Michael Irvin as the new mascot. To see Ed Hudak still running out with the coaches
I know.
when he's run out with every coach, as we don't really have state troopers the way that run out with the Bobby Bowdens the way that some other places have. To see one singular police officer be the one who keeps all of the University of Miami coaches' secrets and is trusted by Mario Cristobal back from the time that Mario Cristobal was a player at the
Did
University
you
of
just
Miami?
reveal Greg's source?
No,
No,
that's
no.
not the source. No, but it
It's
made
just
me
a weird thought to pop in your head immediately after
no, because
this
it's
conversation.
because I thought when I saw him running out with Mario Cristobal, I was like, my God, Ed Hudak's been doing that for 40 years.
Yeah.
He's been running out singularly to protect a University of Miami coach ever since back when Dennis Erickson needed rides home from the local bars because he was drinking too much.
The other big news in this week's episode was Gustav Forsling confirming with us Panther fans that we need to stop saying night during the national anthem.
Oh, absolutely.
He was just like, yeah, I don't know why they do that. It's a good point by you.
tonight it's tricky.
All right, they got
It
to do
is-
it
I
tonight,
know
though.
tonight night is starting for Chicago, so they're probably going to do it.
Oh, they'll
I'm
do it
okay with it
tonight,
tonight.
Yeah.
It's a 5 p.m. start tonight, isn't
Yes,
it?
Yes.
Yes,
give me
it
that.
is.
I know this is selfish, and people who work 9 to 5s may hate this. Sign me up for the 5 p.m. start.
Oh, yeah, I
for
love
our
it.
schedule. Oh, done by 8.
Love it.
Oh,
Put it on the poll at LeBatard Show. Would you prefer a 5 p.m. start for your nighttime sporting event?
The primetime game on ESPN is Rangers Penguins. Neither one of those teams made the playoffs last season.
they're doing that just to mess with you, Roy.
Yes, they are. They're pissing me off, man.
It is a little insulting. The
It
back-to-back champs
Yeah.
against a team that is from the Central Time Zone kicks things off at 5 o'clock Eastern when the non-playoff teams, granted, original 6 franchises, Pittsburgh, And well, is Pittsburgh an original six?
No.
Well, blue blood franchises in that sport that miss the playoffs just because Sidney Crosby's there gets the primetime slot. I'm not a fan of it.
Can you guys give me some information on what LeBron James did with his second decision? Was it all marketing? What did he announce here moments ago while we were talking about it that are the details that I need to have here on LeBron James was teasing something. He was doing it commercially. He was doing it as an advertisement. And I don't think this stuff ends up enduring in any meaningful way, but I do always wonder why it is and how it is some folks like Kevin Hart, for example, are so insatiable that they simply cannot stop at the making of money. They cannot stop selling the things they are about. And I don't think it actually costs him anything, but I do wonder how much of this you do before people call you a sellout. What is the announcement?
He said this fall he's bringing his talents to Hennessy.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's a Hennessy ad.
Yeah.
He looks old.
He got us.
The hair.
We're talking about it.
The hair's not great. No. There's salt and pepper there.
Wow, another corporate sponsorship for the billionaire.
So stupid.
You pipe down.
I was watching a documentary I had not seen before last night, American Pain, and it's just about how out of control all of the pain medication selling was, specifically in Florida and South Florida. And it was two meatheads who sold 500 million pills, basically, because they were just... Our state is just replete with corruption. Medicaid has its biggest issues down here in Florida and always has. But this particular documentary that was killing people with opioid addictions, these two meatheads couldn't stop wanting to expand their stupidity because of the greed. When does any of this stuff land on you guys in a way where you actually say, that's a sellout that's so wrapped around just grabbing at money that I'm going to like you less because you're someone who sells out. You cannot have enough. You're insatiable. That kind of greed confuses me once you've arrived at a point that you've already conquered and you still need more and more.
It doesn't bother me because I'm used to it.
What about Elton John putting it in your lane? That's never ending, like.
Well,
last tour,
the 4-year farewell tour. Yeah, no, I expect that. You know, they're here to make money, not just play sports. And you know, I hate the idea that he's teasing it with a big announcement, and then it turns out to be his latest sponsor. I think that's tacky. But the idea.
Oh, you mean like what we did with the Greg Cody show when we had a big guest a couple weeks ago, and we misled the audience to trick them to get to watch?
The idea that he's making money off Hennessy is great. Okay, it's great. More power to him.
Yeah, but the tease, like we do that in podcast. Like you tease things. If I got something I want to announce tomorrow, I'm going to make you interested in it.
Right, and what's the difference between him teasing this and us seeing him in an ad for Hennessy?
The difference is that he's playing with your feelings and playing with the idea that he's going to retire again and reminding you how he went from popular to unpopular to popular again by like the original mistake. I'm going to call it a mistake because he's said it's a mistake. I didn't think it was a mistake, but the original quote unquote mistake that he made was teasing people with their feelings because he was playing with the suspense and the drama and then making a decision. Here, he didn't change the way free agency is covered. He didn't change the way power's distributed. He just put his name on something that's a brand in order to make more money because he has more brand sponsorships than just about anyone in American sports. And I do wonder, in the case of, for example, Kevin Hart, Kiss is the most commercially successful band of all time. They will sell anything. There is no pride in the art. They
you
will
mean
put
in terms of licensing?
For selling stuff, just for selling themselves out commercially and brazenly. Kevin Hart, his last goal is he wants to be a billionaire. That's the most important thing to him. And so you see him everywhere. What does it mean to anyone listening to this to have someone they love brazenly sell out?
I think we're so used to it, we're so numb to it that it almost doesn't affect us anymore. It doesn't affect me. I'm so used to seeing, you know, when Tiger Woods is the biggest thing in golf, I'm so used to seeing a Nike swoosh on his on his hat, I don't even think about it anymore.
I think it's
there.
I think it's impossible for a guy like LeBron to sell out and have he jumped into our lives immediately at the top tier of fame. It's not like he was an indie band that had all these underground records that you adored and then all of a sudden they become Imagine Dragons. It's not the same kind of relationship. I get it with music. I get it with like directors that probably change. I don't get it when you're complaining about Michael Jordan or Tiger Woods doing it because they're already entering at the top line. You mentioned Kiss. I don't see anybody licensing their name as much as Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, like everything has a Shaquille O'Neal thing on it, and no one like we all kind of get it. Yeah. But I will say, part of this LeBron story that was interesting was the internet had it wrong. Yeah. This is bad for Hennessy. Everyone was saying that this was an Amazon Prime thing.
Good for them.
You cannot believe the internet unless you want to. Let me tell you about my algorithm right now, especially on Instagram. Uh-oh. It is all these AI-generated videos of historical figures doing incredible athletic things.
Yeah. I'm not sure it's AI.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Let's play this one for Greg Cody and see what he thinks. Yeah. Here's George Washington hitting a walk-off grand slam against against the Yankees in the World Series. Do we have audio for this?
That's a sweet swing.
Let's hear this post game.
Well, I was sitting on the 12-6 curveball down and inside, and that's what that half-witted nincompoop gave me.
That was unbelievable.
Pouring Miller Lite on himself.
Do you think that's real?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, here's a great one. Here's a King Elvis Presley post NASCAR race.
Elvis, 500 miles at Daytona, and you brought it home first. How's that feel?
Feels like I wrestled a hurricane, man, but it sure feels good. Car was steady, pit crew was lightning, and we kept it together when it counted.
Fans are going wild. Got anything for him?
Thank
you. Daytona.
He's got to go, thank you very much.
Yeah, the best subgenre of this is the WWE. And when they invoke wrestling and historical figures, here's a ladder match between Mr. Rogers and Bob Ross. Hit it.
They're both up there. No way. No way. Oh, my goodness. Spanish fly off the top of the ladder. Through the flaming table. Both men are wrecked.
That table's on fire.
Rogers just went straight to the canvas with fire.
Oh, man.
Believe it or not, that one's actually real. That was from SummerSlam 1987. Wow.
All right, Dad, 2 are real, 1's fake.
All right, here we go. Here's another one from the wrestling world.
Wait, the roof is coming off for Tupac Shakur. He looks like he was born to walk that ramp.
Yo, anybody back there think they got the heart to step up? I'm right here.
B.I.G.
Oh, I can't believe this.
You've been running your mouth all week, champ, talking like the throne's yours, but you standing in my house now. This ring, this is West Coast territory tonight, and I'm setting it off. Biggie, you've been shining too long, hiding behind that gold. Tonight I'm kicking the door in. That cell's gonna lock behind us, and there ain't no bodyguard, no entourage, just you, me, and every city.
Billy, how do you feel about Elvis? How do you feel about everything Elvis that is happening? Stephen Hawking skateboarding.
I don't want to preview.
Let's not get
all right.
Not get
so
Elvis.
It's like basically all Stephen Hawking ones, which I know is this one's a little dangerous. Yeah. But as it's been pointed out, no longer with us.
It's fake.
Link to the island. Link to the island.
Went to the island.
So maybe not. Maybe this is the only person we can do this with, but go ahead and fire up the Stephen Hawking.
Hit it.
In, run 2. Look at the spade building on that chair. He's locked
Big
in.
pump coming up the wall.
Come on.
420 times.
Bell, that's realistic.
Come on.
Sideways.
Look at Greg. Greg's legitimately shocked. Greg's legitimately hurt on behalf of Stephen Hawking. Oh,
That was Stephen Hawking trying to do multiple backflips on a BMX ramp.
Show the Formula One one.
Come on.
Now it's Stephen
Come
Hawking
on.
driving an F1 car.
327 kilometers an hour from a wheelchair.
Moving away from the Ferrari and the Mercedes. Absolutely unbelievable.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. I was going somewhere with Billy
I forgot about that race.
on Elvis Presley. I wanted to talk about Elvis.
Wait, what's Stephen Hawking doing here, coming down this ramp?
Stephen Hawking rolling down the ramp.
Right, he's on top of the cage.
On top of the cage. Are you kidding me?
Oh, get up to the roof, through the table.
He just flattened him.
I used to hate AI. Now I love it.
That happened to Billy last week. He said he hated AI, and then a segment later loved it again. That's the relationship we have with
Tyreek
AI.
Hill. I mean, we.
Tyreek Hill, you guys got that one?
All right,
Greg, did you see that
Just
video?
play
No, I
Elvis
haven't.
getting mad at somebody heckling him, please.
I don't pay attention to rumors. I don't pay attention to movie magazines. They don't read them because they're all junk. And no, I don't mean to put anybody's job down, I'm talking about they have a job to do, and they got to write something. So if they don't know anything, they make it up, you know. So in my case, they make it up. But I hear rumors flying around. I got sick in the hospital. Well, I was, you know, in this day and time, you can't even get sick. You are strung out. Oh, by God, I'll tell you something, friend. I have never been strung out in my life, except on music. When I got sick here in the hotel, I got sick here that one night. I had 102 temperature. They wouldn't let me perform. From 3 different sources, I heard I was strung out on heroin. I swear to God, hotel employees, Jack, bellboys, freaks that carry your luggage up to the room, people working around, you know, talking, maids. And I was sick. I was, you know, had a doctor, had the flu, and I got over one day. Was I? But all across this town, I was strung out. So I told him earlier, and don't you get offended, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking to somebody else. If I find or hear the individual that has said that about me, I'm going to break your goddamn neck, you son of a bitch. That is dangerous. That is damaging to myself, to my little daughter, to my father, to my friends, my doctor, to everybody, my relationship with you, my relationship with up here on the stage. It is dangerous. I will pull your goddamn tongue out by the roots. Thank you very much. Anyway.
Hey folks, it's Mike Ryan, and it's also football season. That's right, things just kicked off. I celebrated a big dub with my friends and my trusty Miller Lite right there beside me, because Miller Time is the secret ingredient to football time. Miller Time makes everything a good time. I love Miller Lite. You know why? Because Miller Lite is brewed for flavor with simple ingredients, rich toffee notes, and that iconic golden color. And here's a kicker, folks. In its 50th year of existing, it's just 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. The original light beer since 1975 and still hidden 5 decades later. Whether you're at the game or at your home on your couch with your friends, put out a nice little cold cooler of Miller Lite and make sure the drinks keep coming, because it is football time and you want that beer that hits different. Miller Lite, great taste. 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/stand to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Dan said that Billy Belichick was gonna dominate the field. So now we gotta ask how we can trust anything he feels. Doubling down on the Dolphins' defense being historically bad. Oh, wow. Danny, way back in 08, thought the winless Lions would scorch earth. To take LeBron on for a game, not Tim Duncan, but Roy Hibbert. Doubling down on this Canes team should make UM fans feel nervous now. But Dan might have been right about one thing. I know if you're a listener that's surprising. 'Cause Dan thought Brady's career was done before he won 4 more rings somehow. But Dan knew there's someone who could say to that's Darren Waller. Dan's one good call.
I don't think I have a worse one than Nick Saban, being wrong on Nick Saban. I think that one's going to be the one that sticks to me worse than any of the others.
Mike Glennon?
I mean, Mike Glennon was a pro. I saw him at NC State. He made it to the pros. I didn't think he was going to be great. I just thought he was a first-round pick, and I think he was.
You didn't see the cement feet that he had at his pro day.
I saw
Cinder
them.
blocks.
I saw them. I just didn't see the position moving away from it mattering whether you had cement feet or not, because all the quarterbacks before him had cement feet. Like, that's how that was.
I thought Ryan Mallett was going to be a superstar.
Rest in peace. Legend.
The Trevor Lawrence experience is at least so fun because he doesn't have cement feet. His athleticism is exceptional, and the throws that he makes when he makes them accurately are throws that you're like, oh, shit, that's as well as a ball that can be thrown by a human being.
You take away all those turnovers, and he's a great quarterback.
Let's do against the spread here and get out our gambling knowledge to everybody. As you saw in that song, we always get it right around here.
Against the spread. Against the spread. Against the spread. Against the spread.
Against the Spread is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Mike.
I am very happy to kick us off here. There is a Group of 5 game going down this weekend, Friday night. South Florida against North Texas. Many people are saying the winner of this game is in prime position to make the college football playoff. I'm going to say a name for you guys. Do you know who Drew Messmaker is? Yeah. He is the starting quarterback for the North Texas Mean Green. That's right. North Texas had a quarterback battle of a Messmaker and a Poffenbarger. Reese Poffenbarger may have the worst luck since Mark Richt when it comes to backing up quarterbacks. Went to Miami of Florida, had to back up Cam Ward, and now he's backing up a guy that people have labeled NFL ready in Drew Messmaker. The line in this game is only a half point. I'm going to take South Florida. I think they got the athletes in this game, even though I really rate the quarterback for North Texas, and this is going to be a difficult road test. South Florida looks different outside of when they're playing Miami. South Florida Bulls.
Greg.
Giants hosting Eagles to kick off NFL Week 6 on Thursday night. I see a big breakout game for Saquon Barkley. The Eagles cover 6.5 points. Saquon Barkley going against a Giants defense against the run, giving up more than 140 yards. Big night for Barkley.
Two things involved with the University of South Florida. One, I told you just yesterday that watching their game against Charlotte in the first quarter, they led 23-0, and I've never seen it before. 6 of their receivers dropped passes that were just bubble screens thrown at their chest. Happened 6 times in the first quarter. They were still up 23-0 because they've got a lot of talent. Also, against South Carolina State, they scored 35 points before there were 7 minutes gone in the quarter. 35 points. South Florida is a legitimately good football team. What they were against Florida is more representative of what they are than what it is that they showed against Miami. But you want to go over that University of Miami schedule, Billy? Because I will double down on Miami's got the most ways to beat you since I've seen from any team University of Miami related in 23 years. Like it's been since the beginning of 2001 that I saw a team that had this many different ways that it could beat you.
They have a bye coming up. Then they have Louisville.
Can always get a little nervy on the short weeks, but they're coming off a bye.
Yeah.
If Wischusen is on that call, I'm going to start getting nervous.
Yeah, they're hosting Louisville, hosting Stanford. And then
that one should be easy.
Then they finally hit the road and leave the state of Florida at SMU.
I'll be there.
It's a tricky one.
Can be spooky. Halloween weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Louisville's spooky. Louisville will be a challenge. Yeah. Can I hear from Shannon Dawson here, please? Because this is funny. Florida State was intent on taking away the run. So they took away the run. All of a sudden, Miami's got a big play offense. And here you've got a coordinator feeling the cockiness that all the coaches on this team are feeling right now at 5-0.
I don't look at it in the sense of we were, lacking in the run game. That's just what they chose to take away. Good. You choose to take that away, fine. Your corners better be able to cover. And theirs didn't.
Shannon knew that was going to happen.
It's a bar at the end.
Shannon, I texted Dan before. We're going to take some deep shots. These guys can't cover. because Florida State, weird. They've done a fair amount of talking after they got their asses kicked. Castellanos said, they didn't really stop us. We stopped ourselves with the turnovers. I guess you were responsible yourselves for the turnovers, not the constant pressure. And the DC said, we knew what they were going to do on offense. Again, Miami can beat you any number of ways, as Dan mentioned.
We don't have imaging for I texted Dan before.
No, but he did. He told me exactly the way that game was going
Deep
to go.
shots, good weather. I texted Dan.
He happened to know. Let me just see that smirk on Dawson again. Play the whole thing, because those last few words weren't necessary. He could have controlled himself, but he's feeling pretty good about 5-0.
I don't look at it in the sense of we were, lacking in the run game. That's just what they chose to take away. Good. You choose to take that away, fine. Your corners better be able to cover. And theirs didn't.
Nice.
Eyes go up. Theirs didn't.
Cristobal retweeted that twice.
I want to ask you guys from this set of stats, okay? Pick one. I want you guys to pick one from among all of these that you like the best, okay? Carson Wentz went 9 for 9 on that last drive from London. It's the best that any quarterback has done, 3 minutes or fewer left in a game, since 2000. The Broncos had not trailed in the fourth quarter before trailing to the Eagles. David Montgomery has as many passing touchdowns this season as Jake Browning.
Huh?
You heard that right. David Montgomery has as many passing touchdowns this season as Jake Browning. And the Jalen Hurts hasn't thrown a interception at home in 10.5 games. Any of those impressive to you?
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, I mean, Jake Browning is not the end. When they lost Burrow, their season's done. Who expected Jake Browning to throw a bunch of touchdown passes? Montgomery throws one to equal
Jake Browning has 6 touchdown passes.
It's impossible.
This can't be right.
It can't be.
Is that not right?
It can't be.
AI.
No wonder I was surprised.
You should have stuck around right after the Stephen Hawking video.
Greg, you see the video
David
of
Montgomery throwing 7 touchdown passes.
Check your sources.
See the video of Tyreek in the ambulance last week?
I did not.
People were saying, wow, look at him on the sideline. We've never seen someone as happy as he was on the sideline. And then we found a video of him, and he was just as happy in the back of the ambulance. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
maybe they'll pull it up here.
Make news.
When we look at the stats here.
All right, you can. That's good to do that to the video team at the very end of the show when they're not ready for it. So
David Montgomery has 1 passing touchdown.
I can also tell you a real stat, which is that Trevor Lawrence scrambled almost 23 yards on his 1-yard touchdown run.
Is that red zone touchdown passes? What is this?
That's probably what it was.